In this segment, I wish to talk about the categories that for me are really, really interesting and important for us to delve deeper into. And without further ado, the first things that we were going to talk about is art management. And I've already mentioned theatre and site-specific productions per se, what to do with personnel recruitment, proposal writing, tour planning, and all these things. But the aspect I really wish to highlight is the idea of curation. And as you know, I am a huge fan of curation. I really want to study what this is about. And I believe all of you listening to this already know what TED Talks is. And TED Talks requires so much curatorial practice as a platform. And those are the things that highlight the nuances of our industry. Another thing that I believe also flies under the radar is governance and funding for the arts. And there's this very interesting dichotomy between equity and equality. So this is a very conflicting, also very contentious topic about equity versus let's just give it to everyone. Everybody receives the same amount regardless of the scales of projects they intend to engage in. Now moving on, entrepreneurship is also something that we should think about more, especially as artists. And some of the aspects that I wish to highlight more is philanthropy. So who are the seminal figures in art philanthropy? What are the pros and cons? And when we talk about charity especially, we talk about the poor, we talk about establishing funds for malaria, for example, all these very highly fatal diseases, corona as well. Have we ever talked about charity for the arts? Have you ever seen charity for the arts? And if you have, then that's wonderful because we should have more charity for the arts and culture. Now, funders and organizations alike hopefully are collaborating and creating structured opportunities to connect different funders and donors with specific profiled arts practitioners around the world in order to make philanthropy and charity a much more accessible and understandable endeavor. Definitely that's part of entrepreneurship. What about education? Education really interests me in many aspects, from the pedagogical, from the academic, and also from the historical aspect. But academia or the work of course formulation, syllabi and curricular work, and also dance research, these things are very contentious as well because we always debate about how academia can provide much more to the performing arts and at the same time deter it in all of its exegetical versus visceral beauty, let's say. So those are the things I'm quite interested in. How about politics? I know systemic discrimination is too highly prevalent in dance. Things like racism, sexism, ageism, even elitism, many things. And there are people talking about them, which I'm really, really happy about. But what about organizational politics? Now, I've been involved with such a scenario many a time in my life. And that's something that I can delve deeper into to focalize a little bit more regarding the idea of power play.